Alright guys, today's video I'm not working on a 57 Chevy. Why is that? It's because I had a theft a few months back and they took a bunch of parts and I had to buy some more parts, and then when I went to go work on something else I needed more parts. Well, I went to go looking and of course those parts were stolen too. So yeah, it's kind of at a standstill now. Since I can't work on a 57 Chevy, I thought I'd work on something pretty cool. We're gonna work on this 1985 Chevy Caprice wagon. And I had one guy say, "Get on it." That was a Dodge and it wasn't going anywhere. It was making a lot of noise. I had one guy say, "That's not a Caprice, it's an Impala." Yeah, it's got Impala badges on it from a mid-90s Impala Super Sport. In 1985 they didn't make a Impala wagon. My friend just thought it'd be cool to have the Impala, says even Impala right there. He thought it'd be cool to have an Impala wagon, which it is cool. It's a cool car. Not an Impala though, it's a Caprice. So we're gonna work on getting this thing running today. Right now I'm waiting for my 1977 Mercury wagon to get out of the alignment shop so I can keep working on it to get it ready for the Bonneville trip. Yes, we're taking it to Bonneville, Utah. It's a 5,000 mile round trip, so I wanted everything to be just right. So while I'm waiting for that, we'll be doing a revival on this 85 Caprice. And first thing I'm gonna do is let's pop the hood and see what we got going on under the hood. This car's been sitting a very long time. I'm not gonna say how much I gave for it, but it was cheap. And I gave him more than he was asking because it was that cheap. I felt better about myself for doing that. Let's get to the hood, make sure there's no critters in here that'll bite us, sting us, whatever. It's a bit mildewy in here. I should leave that door open. What do we have under the hood? Oh goodness. Alright, so there is a battery under the hood, so I guess I need to go grab my battery charger and start to put this battery on charge since it doesn't look too bad. So let me grab the battery charger. Hey, we got a battery charger on it. Battery is charging. When I hooked up on it, it had some sparkage going on, so I'm gonna say that it'll be okay, because it must have bought it right before parking it. So this is a newer model engine that's in this car. They did not have center bolt valve covers on an 85 Chevy. That was like, when did they start that? Probably 87 or something like that. Anyhow, we have full length headers on this car. That is awesome. Another thing that's really nice is it's got a serpentine belt system on it. No V-belts. So that's a nice addition. What kind of carburetor do we have here? I'm going to say it's probably a Quadrajet. I'm hoping it's Quadrajet because I love a good working Quadrajet. Look at that. Good Quadrajet. However, it does have the electronic metering rods on it. We're gonna have to get rid of that. So this thing's got a computer on it still. This thing still has all the factory stuff on it. I see the mass airflow sensor, the metering rods. I mean, that's cool and all, but I'll be honest, it's got to go. Gonna keep the cruise control though. All right. Well, don't know what kind of engine this is. Let's run the numbers on it and see what we've got. I'm guessing it's going to be a 350. Okay, so for those of y'all that aren't familiar with small block Chevys, they have two locations that can tell you what size engine it is. There's one on the back driver's side of the block right above where the bell housing bolts up. That's going to tell you the engine. There's also a spot on the deck on the passenger side, most forward part. There's a wasp nest in here. Most forward part, oh, that's dirt dauber. Most forward part of the block on the passenger side. That's going to tell you basically what the engine was in, like an Impala or a truck or something like that. Get away from me. So I'm going to look up the numbers back here on the back of the block. That'll be the quickest thing to do. So here are the numbers. It is, gosh, well, what makes it even easier is when it says 5.7 on there. So this is a newer model block. It's going to have a one-piece rear main seal. It's got the like vortex style heads, well, center bolt heads. So it's definitely a newer model block. All right, so the battery's been charging for a while. I'm going to try, oh my God. This thing does not have a vacuum booster. It has a hydraulic booster. So the power steering controls the power brakes, which is going to be awesome because then you can put a monster cam in this thing and it won't affect your braking. See, if you have vacuum booster braking, if you have a big cam, you don't have enough vacuum to control the power brakes. That is great. I love that. That is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and install, we're going to hook up this battery and hope that it's got enough poop to do anything. Contact. Well, that's a good sign. All right, it's got some gas in it. You know what I didn't do? I should have pulled out the dipstick and checked the oil. So that is my fault. Oh well, it's full. It's full of oil. Let's check the coolant. Coolant is full. Let's just take a peek at the transmission fluid. I know you got to have it running, but yeah, it's got enough in it to make me happy. Let's try cranking it again. Hey, it sounds pretty good. Alright, instead of spraying all this brake clean down there, I'm going to add some fuel to the carburetor. Okay, key on. I don't see anything on the dash working. I don't even see any lights. Let's try cranking it. Sounds pretty good. Might not have any fuel in it, so we'll see how long it runs, and if it runs out of fuel, then what I'll do is I'll put like 5 gallons of it ethanol free in it. It sounds like a bone stock 350. And it just died. So let's go get some ethanol free fuel, and we are going to fill it up. And try to get some of the fuel from the tank into the carburetor. And then we're gonna put it in gear, see if it moves under its own power. And then we're going to wash it off. Well, look what showed up at the front door. The Caprice wagon actually drove to the front of the shop. However, there is an issue with the fuel pump. But it's not going to stop me from going ahead and washing it. Car's so nasty I don't even want to lean over the fender to work on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do the most satisfying thing and wash this car and bring out its total beauty, and then I'll try to figure out what's going on with the fuel pump. So let me set up the camera and get a good shot washing it. Alright, so I've sprayed it off. It really needs a good hand wash, which I'll do, but not right now. Right now I'm going to try to figure out why this thing is not running. So we have a fuel line. We're going to be following the fuel line and trying to find the fuel pump.
So as stated, this is a 7-1 Lincoln Continental.
So it goes right, it's under the car. It's going down this side of the car, and it's so low to the ground. Oh my goodness, I need to jack up the car. So I gotta jack up the car and see if I can find the pump. Normally you would put the pump close to the back end of the car near the fuel tank, so I'm going to hope that he did that.
464 with the whole carburetor on top. Owner said that's new.
Okay. So here's the fuel tank. Fuel pump. don't think it's got an in-tank pump because they didn't have fuel injection throttle body yet. So let me find another jack to put under this thing. All right, where's the fuel line? .700 R4 transmission. I don't see a fuel pump yet. Just not seeing it. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down and do some search. All right, so I just got off the phone with the previous owner on this, and I got the info that I needed to know. Enough info that I'm just going to stop now because this is not going to be the end of this video. Well, it kind of is. So I'm going to end the video here, but there's going to be more on this car. See, there's a wiring issue, ignition switch or wiring issue on this car, why the fuel pump is not working. And I jacked up the car, the fuel pump's up underneath, but that's not the issue, it's a new pump. It's an ignition switch or wiring issue. So I'm gonna just top up the carburetor again so I can get this car moved. Unfortunately, it's not gonna drive today, but I got the car cleaned up. It is looking fantastic. Look at this thing. Look at the interior. Dash needs some help, but look at the seats. That is locked. Yes, not bad. Now, y'all might have noticed I didn't wash this window. There's a reason. That's the reason why I didn't wash the window. It is shattered. So that'll be a good one for the next video, is getting this thing driving and the window replaced, I think. And that'll be awesome, because this is a sweet Impala wagon Caprice. So it runs, sounds good. So I need to get this thing moved out of the way, get working on the Mercury and finish it up, because I got to hit the road at 5:30 in the morning and it's already starting to get dark. I still have a couple of things I've got to do to it, so I'm going to go ahead and knock it out so we can make our trip. I shouldn't have said anything. So anyhow, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch y'all later. Definitely going to be more on this car. It's awesome. Happy Father's Day, Dad. That's it.